where lights are flashing. There's no time for question asking. Hide the weed under the napkin. Try not to laugh, cause I fucked up big time on this one. I'm getting busted for possession. But shit, I got my guts still left on laying in my lap. If you were where I'm at, you would do the same goddamn thing. Same goddamn thing. It ain't because I'm black, it's just because I don't have a thing. I'm 19 years old and broke as fuck. I'm a pocket and an alcoholic. Label me a fucking convict. There's not a penny in my wallet, so give me all your change. I'm in and out of jail and rehab. Can't seem to break the habits we have. But Mary Jane always makes me laugh, but that's a bit to blame. If you were where I'm at, you would do the same goddamn thing. Same goddamn thing. It ain't because I'm black, it's just because I don't have a thing. I'm 19 years old and broke as fuck. Broke as fuck. Broke as fuck. I'm 19 years old and broke as fuck. I'm 19 years old and broke as fuck. I'm 19 years old and broke as fuck.
What's going on, folks? Sorry, I had a bunch of cash in my wallet, and I pulled my wallet out, and well, like I was missing like $60, so I was like, shit. So I just needed to like look through that to make sure I actually had my money that I own, and it didn't just like fall out somewhere. But all that fun shit aside, regardless, I want to give a big thanks to Mango for fixing my computer screen here. Fuck you, Mango. God damn it. Thank you, Mango. I appreciate that. All she did was she walked me through the steps and everything. Media professional here, folks. Media professional. You're 10% smarter than the equipment you're using. And I'm probably gonna take this sweatshirt off. Actually, I am gonna take this sweatshirt off because I got the heater going on my feet. But anyway, so Dave is our subject tonight. Not me. Not Mango. Dave, Lord of Patriarchy. He's on his own. He's on his bullshit again. As usual. Yes, you told me. What's going on, J-Mag? What's going on, Brainless? Just talked about lizard people. Yeah, that sounds like a slim stream. I missed that. I was running errands and doing shit, so I unfortunately couldn't be there. It's Saturday, so I don't get home typically during the week until like, I don't know, 5:30. So a lot of the time I'm just like, I don't want to do shit, or the shit I have to do has to be done like immediately. But we got Hyun over here hormoning, but as opposed to ham boning. Everybody ham bone. All right. But yeah, so this, this fucking half went. What's going on with the Beck? Nice to see you guys here. Everybody that's watching in the background or listening in the background, thank you for being here. It's not going to be a very long stream. I know I say that all the time, but I am going to be on Underhaven tonight, so everybody check out Underhaven. Mango's probably going to post the link to their channel, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Apparently, they've got a lot of shit. And this is actually one of the videos that they wanted to watch, and I was like, they posted in Discord, and I was like, I have so much shit to say about this, and I didn't want to just like dominate the whole conversation with this, so we had a discussion. I was like, I think I'm gonna cover this just on my own, if that's cool with you. And they're like, yeah, do you need a thumbnail? I was like, no, I'll just use whatever. So, oh boy, we do. Oh, I can't wait, because yeah, if this was part of it, then yeah, there's definitely going to be a lot. I know Underhaven's been building up a lot of stuff, so I don't think there was a show last week, so it should be a really good, really fun show. It usually always is, but uh, so not too what's going on, PT Ham? Just Dave. Not too long ago, Dave did a video, and the title was um AOC did a video, or made a video all by herself, trying to be as condescending as possible, because he can't respect any woman. I would, advance that all the way to his own mother, but he can't respect anybody because, well, he's the lord of patriarchy, which is why he's, fat, drunk, balding, single, and has no prospects in life, and is going nowhere, and has been working at the same grocery store as a bag boy for his entire life. But if you look in the description, Dave wrote a script all by himself. He was able to actually do this. And as a media professional, which I shut the hell up. No, not you, Nick Geeko. You just came in. I just wanted to say hi. I'm streaming live too. Hope all is good. I'm playing at XCOM 2 using locals as the soldiers. That's awesome. I've never played XCOM 2, so like I typically just stick to Fallout. That's basically where I'm at. But yeah, that sounds fucking hilarious. If you guys don't like this content, go ahead and check Nick Geek out. I don't know, Mango, can you post the link for them? And that's up to you guys. Hey, it's your entertainment, it's your time. Dave doesn't even respect himself. Facts. How can anyone expect him to respect others? What's going on, Tiny Captain? It's been a while since I've seen you here. So basically, he wrote this script, and one thing that you should do if you're reading a script in front of a camera is you should always be looking at the camera, and you have the script typically like above or below the camera, so you can actually like read it. And that's why that's why TV shows and like Saturday Night Live, they still use cue cards, those big poster boards that they just go through, because they're still looking at the camera, but you have somebody there and you can actually read it, and it comes off a lot more natural. Hey, what's going on, Al Trucker? Hell yes, hell is not burgers. But Dave's beard is fungus. Hey, what's going on, Phoenix? Long time no see. Yeah, Phoenix, you're always welcome to brunch, by the way. I think tomorrow I'm going to be doing brunch at night, and we're going to mix it in with Streamstalgia, because I'm doing this, and then I have Underhaven after this, and it's going to be a good time. Yeah, I always love seeing Phoenix in Dave's chat, because it's fucking hilarious. He cannot stand being bested by anybody, let alone a disabled black person. I don't necessarily know how you identify, but I don't think you identify as woman? Question mark. And I don't know. You can put your pronouns and whatnot in the chat. So I'm thinking really fast right now, so forgive me. I apologize. But anyway, so Dave wrote this letter to Biden, I guess. Yeah, sorry about that. Been away at sea. When I got home, I got the flu, so time difference made me be asleep during his streams. Don't worry about it, dude. watch when you want to watch. Yeah, come and go as you please. I just hope you're feeling better. I know like the flu is terrible, and there's a reason I'm not in the Navy, because like as much as I love the ocean, I would love to be on, boats and ships and everything. That would be cool. Not my thing. Uh, I don't get seasick. However, common space, I do have a bit of thalassophobia. I really don't want to fucking get in there. But yeah. Uh, real quick. So, Tiny Captain, what's the difference between a boat and a ship? I've heard this come up a bunch on Funker 530 as well. What's going on, Bill? Noise. It's a fun time. It is a really fun time. And yeah, help me get some more bugs. I've had a decent amount of expenses in the last like few days, so pretty much all of my paycheck went to bills and food and like taking care of all kinds of all manner of shit. So if you guys want to, help out, hit the links there. I'm not gonna post them up at the top just because I want to actually get into this video. But everybody, wag your finger at Google for hating Bill Portley, because Bill Portley is good people. All right. So anyway, Dave sucks. Gender fluid. They, he, she. Okay. I'll talk to you as they, if that works. Just as just for like brevity. You know, just so I can stick to one fucking thing, because my mind is going a million miles an hour. Typically, Dave just misgenders me because he's attracted to me and worries that it makes him kind of gay. Yeah, facts. He does the same thing with Anna from Underhaven. So I think Dave's got a little sugar in his tank. He just refuses to start the engine with it. But anyway, let me actually fucking get into this before I just get sucked into the chat. All right, so let's listen to Dave actually try and read a script. It's forewarning, pretty embarrassing.
Thank you, President Biden. Thank you, President Biden, for being nothing but the biggest pile of donkey crap to ever occupy the Oval Office. Thank you for caring more.
I mean, that's subjective, but I would say Trump, but at the same time, we've had worse presidents, honestly. Go ahead and say thank you to Biden for like inflation not increasing for, I think it's only increased by maybe some percent, like some point percentage over the last 6 months or so. Thanks to Trump completely bungling COVID, or the COVID response. So yeah. Yeah.
About people.
Okay. Oh, okay. A ship is more like a merchant one. A boat is more private pleasure crafts. In the merchant navy, we don't call it boats or ships. We call it vessels. Ooh, like the vessel that Rev needs to cook his ramen. The vessel. I can dig that. All right. Yeah, I'll stick to the land, but I'm that clears it up a whole hell of a lot more. I'd rather call it just a vessel. Perfect. Thank you. Biden's been surprisingly effective for only one term, far from perfect, but still, yeah, he's done a lot of shit that's not good, but that I disagree with. But I mean, I still have to fight for the guy. He gives me orders. I'm going somewhere. And what's going on, Tony Izzo? What about Herbert Hoover? Yeah, nuclear vessels. Thank you, Keon. What about Herbert Hoover? I mean, what about just in recent history? What about Bush? Even fucking Obama? What about Reagan? What about I mean, there's pick a president and name something bad that they've done. You know, there's Iran Contra. You got let's think. I'm not even gonna bring up the fucking Monica Lewinsky thing because that's fucking stupid. You could do the war in Iraq, the war in Afghanistan. You can do the bailouts of banks and Wall Street. You can think about you know Native American resettlement. You can like Trail of Tears and things like that. That all comes down to the U.S. government. These are historical facts that we shouldn't look back on and smile. Like there's a million things, but obviously you can't just be like, oh, this is the worst president because they've all done bad shit, and you can't appeal to all the people. FDR, in terms of Japanese Americans without due process, didn't Harding have a shitload of scandals? I don't know. You can educate me on that by all means. I'm not the best at remembering like what each president did. I remember like major historical events, and I can analyze them, especially from like a military perspective. What's going on, Deep State Station? Thank you for being here. Hello to you too. In terms of good versus bad, FDR had both the New Deal and Japanese internment camps. Yeah, so the New Deal was good, internment camps bad. Like we can look back on that and be like, wait, we probably shouldn't do the internment camps ever again at all at any point ever in history, and that should be a solid thing for every country. But the New Deal actually helped out a lot and boosted the economy. George Bush did do a masterclass. I heard about that. What was it? Deep Fat Fried actually covered that, but I haven't seen that yet, or I haven't listened to it. Every president at some point or another has done some really skeevy shit. Absolutely, 100% he on. Like, there's a movie called Battle LA, which I actually like the movie. It's not like the best by any means. It's really not even that great of a movie, but I do like the movie in general. But the commander, everybody, like none of his Marines are confident that he's going to be a good commander when they deploy, because he got a bunch of people killed is what they think. They think he got all of his Marines killed, and they just don't have the confidence in him. But he actually did, he did what he thought was right in the moment, and that ended up biting him in the ass, which is what happens to every single leader at any point. You do what you think. You have to make a quick decision, and it could bite you in the ass. So, it's either step left or step right, and you never know when the landmine is going to be. What's going on, Underhaven? Can't everybody check out Underhaven tonight? It's gonna be fun. Back to David. Wow, never would have thought that would have come out of you, Phoenix. But thank you.
People that shouldn't be here in the first place than your own citizens. Thank you for
No, the border is not open, Dave. The border is not open. People have been coming across constantly. The cartels help them. Cartels just don't give a shit. They just want people who will get across the border with their drugs. And a lot of this has to do with the drug war. The drug war funded the cartels far more than it did. It did more good for the cartels than it did for the people of the United States. So there you go. Echovin actually come up with a good argument, at least once in a while. But okay,
basically bringing the social safety net to the breaking point. Really, thank you, President Biden.
Wait, how did he do that? By providing for the people of the United States of America, like a leader does, by giving people the things that they need so that the economy can get on track, so that we can actually perform better as a country, because a country is nothing without its people, and if the people are doing well, the country is going to do well. And if that country has a government, then the government has to provide for the people so that the people can do well, and then subsequently the country can do well. So if you take everything away from the people and give it to the government is going to essentially just be a dictatorship, and it's going to fail, and the country's going to fail. And we can see that in North Korea. Do you want North Korea? I sure as fuck don't. I absolutely do not want North Korea. I think we're doing pretty goddamn good. He'd be gone. Ooh, Hannah's getting fancy tonight.
The out of control inflation. I love having to sell a kidney to afford dinner.
Nobody wants your kidneys, nor do they want to go to dinner with you, nor would anybody want your dinner, even if you had to sell your kidney to buy the ingredients to make dinner because you suck at cooking. But that's not true at all. Like, I just go and I look at the prices and I'm like, oh yeah, the prices are going up. And you know what's not going up? You know what the only price of something that isn't going up, Dave? It's the price of labor. Yet there are record profits for corporations. Maybe we should do something about that. Maybe if inflation was such a problem, like you want to say it is, then we could do something about it, and we could actually give people who who actually do the labor, we can give them the money so that they can circulate it through the economy. That's how capital works. It has to circulate. It can't be hoarded up at the top. Genius.
Thank you, President Biden, for making the world way less stable. Oh, Lord, I love that. It's so great. We might be on track for World War III, and who the hell doesn't want that?
I don't want that. I'd like to be able to sit on my ass and watch fucking TV or play video games without, without having to live through Fallout in real life. I think that would be pretty cool. I don't want that. And I've said it. I've said it before. I'll say it again. We're already in World War III. It's not the powder keg that it was back in the day, where everything just went off, and all of a sudden you got, with World War I, you have, this country declares war on this country, that declares war on this country because they have all these treaties. Or World War II, where all of a sudden you have the Allies and the Axis. Now it's just such a confusion of different areas that are constantly in this disgusting ass war. And the reason that Biden gave so many billions of dollars worth of weapons to Ukraine wasn't just to defend Ukraine against Russia, our biggest enemy, but it was also to test these weapons out in a modern battlefield against a conventional army. This is one of the few times when we've had a conventional war in the last, I don't know, fucking 50 years, because we've been typically fighting wars on like a guerrilla front. That's how it works. That's how warfare works. You're either fighting like on a guerrilla front with, the Taliban and ISIS or anything, or you're going to be fighting a conventional war against a superpower. That's how war works. So if you have new weapons that have never been tested on the battlefield, you want to test those weapons on the battlefield. And our weapons have tested positive almost every single time on the battlefield in a conventional war. And we've been helping the Ukrainians defeat the Russians, which I fully support, because the Russians invaded a sovereign nation and tried to take it over. What would have happened if Trump were there? He would have immediately capitulated to Putin, and we would be, going back into a new Soviet Union, and Putin would be laughing his ass all the way to the fucking bank. That's exactly what would have fucking happened. So maybe actually, since you're a student of history, maybe actually educate yourself on the tactics and the actual history of what the fuck is going on. Do I support the Ukrainian government or the Russian government? You bet your ass no. But you know what? I do support the people of Ukraine, and I do support the people of Russia, because they don't deserve to be in this conflict. Just like I support the Palestinians and I support the Israelis, but I do not support Hamas, nor do I support the Israeli government, because those are the people that are fighting. We shouldn't be killing women and children, innocent civilians, just because other governments want to fucking push the goddamn button. That's the whole fucking thing. Am I kind of hypocritical for that, for being in the military? Sure, why not? Give me that. But you know what? I can at least support the people, and I would fight for the people. I wouldn't let someone next to me fire on innocent people just because they think that they're too different. There's a moral dilemma there. Holy shit. Hey, what's going on, Mari? What did you say? Yes, I know. I just explained that. Echo fan. I saw my name. I was like, what? Donald Trump's going to hand Ukrainians over to the Red Army because Donald Trump is a piece of garbage. Yeah, I can kind of agree that. Kind of agree to that, but like that would have to be seen. But we're not in that timeline, I guess. Why is Russia an enemy of America? Because of the Cold War, and the Cold War continued through. Basically, we're economic allies. We're just militaristically not allies. It's not World War II anymore. We're not fighting against the same enemy. And even then, we weren't fighting against the same enemy. As soon as World War II ended and VE Day happened, then that's why you got Eastern Western Germany, and we were constantly fighting communism, which is where we got the Korean War, the Vietnam War, and things escalated from there. Oh, fuck. Yes, Putin does suck a fat cock. The point is not to conquer the world. It's because conquering the world would actually be devastating for everybody, because you would have to have like one ideology. I would rather people have their sovereignty and have their freedoms. You know, you should be free to do whatever the fuck you want, and whether or not you disagree or on what somebody does with their life, that's up to you. But I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm a politician. I'm just some dude on the internet, and I'm a fucking soldier. So
Don't let me forget
I was like, hey, Will, why not fascism? Yeah, I can see that.
to thank you for taking the U.S. from a world leader that everyone respected to a joke.
That's what Trump did. Sorry, buddy. So what actually happened was Trump became president. He fucked everything up. He completely screwed up any decision that he made. All he wanted to do was be like you and own the libs. And what ended up happening is the entire world just started laughing at us. And now Biden has to pick up the pieces.
Thanks for shutting off the pipelines, making gas more expensive, and then draining our reserves.
Gas is actually pretty cheap right now. I just passed the gas station. It was $2.89, $2.69. Nice. If if you have like the My Perks pay, which is actually pretty nice. It's gotten down under $2 in the last, I think within the last year, it was under $2. And you bet your ass I bought a bunch of gas. Well, when COVID hit, people started hoarding gas. And you know what happened is, since the demand went up, the supply went down, and then the price went up. That's what happened. So people hoarding gas was the fucking problem. And gas does have a shelf life. You can't make peace with someone like Putin. That's like Neville Chamberlain coming or claiming that there would be peace in our time. Russia must be stopped. I don't think like Russia must be stopped completely, as in like destroyed, but Russia needs to pull out of Ukraine. They are not going to win this one. What color is the sky on this planet? That's a good question. I mean, for the last couple days here, it's been gray.
Deserves to, affect the price. Thank you, President Biden, for not standing up and dealing with the far left extremism in your own party.
Oh, that's crazy, because Trump exacerbated the far right extremism in his own party, and the like milquetoast Democrats that Biden and the Democrats that support him run with are not the far left that you think, that are on Twitter saying, hey, you can be a fucking cat person or whatever. I don't know what I don't use Twitter. That's not who he's supporting. He's supporting basically like the bare minimum of common sense legislation, and he's not even doing a good job about that. However, comma space, since you're in a cult and you have nothing going on in your life, you think that everything that the right does is okay, when in reality it's not. Do I want a bunch of Antifa fucks breaking through, store windows? No. But you know what else I don't want? A bunch of MAGA hat wearing motherfuckers breaking down fucking windows, trying to burn a bunch of shit because that business was owned by a person of color. Same shit.
I know how much you fear a screeching minority of children. Thank you, President Biden, for bringing ISIS, the Taliban, and Hamas back to power.
Literally has not happened. ISIS has been pretty much like decimated. They're scattered at this point. There's no real like ISIS power. We pushed them out. They're not like gaining any power. Fun fact, the Taliban actually fights ISIS. Also, fun fact, Donald Trump is the one who signed the treaty with the Taliban, knowing full well that he could lose the next election, and when the withdrawal of Afghanistan happened, he could just blame it on the next guy. He's just too salty to understand losing. So that's why he, pushed the, fake election bullshit and caused an insurrection, allegedly. So that's why that happened. And with Hamas has pretty much always been there, and they're going to continue to be there. And they get a lot of their weapons and their material from Iran. You know how pissed off Iran is at the United States? Pretty goddamn pissed, because one, we support the Israeli government, and two, Donald Trump backed out of the fucking nuclear deal. The nuclear deal gave us every single thing that we wanted, and all Iran wanted was to not have to use their hydroelectric dams to destroy the bridges and their to essentially destroy their landscape so that they could just have some nuclear power. But Donald Trump was too fucking dumb to understand that. And he was just like, no, I'm going to back out. So you know what Iran did? And they were like, all right, well, fuck you too. We're just going to start building nuclear weapons. The IAEA said straight up, no, they're following everything. They're following everything to a T. Like this is where they need to be. And all they want is nuclear power, so they don't have to use hydroelectric power that's going to destroy their entire country and its ecosystem and all of their historical monuments that rely on the water that flows. Bet you didn't know that one, you dumb fucking bald piece of shit. You skullet motherfucker. JC, man. This guy is dumb. Student of history. Just like Von Helton.
I personally also want to thank you for the dramatic increase in crime in this country. I love not having...
Oh, you know what would have been cool to, to get rid of crime? If we had actually just paid people to stay the fuck home. And you know who didn't do that? Donald Trump. But you know who also didn't do that? Joe Biden. Where's my $2,000, Joe? That's what I was promised. Maybe if idiots like you didn't blindly follow that dipshit and be like, oh yeah, well, COVID's not that bad of a fucking deal. We don't have to shut everything down. And then like 1.5 million Americans didn't fucking die from it. But you don't care about that. You just care about you. You want to be able to go to the goddamn gas station and get some piss beer and some, shitty cohibas, and then be able to fucking go on your way. God forbid your ass is inconvenienced for the sake of other people not dying. Jesus fucking Christ. Shaggy, the number one crime, actually, the numbers on crime are actually going down. Guess he doesn't bother to check his facts. Oh no, he never checks his facts. Oh, hamburgers. Crime's near a historic low. Crime today is nothing compared to what it was in the 1970s or 80s. I think he goes over this in within the last 20 years as opposed to the last 50 to 60 years.
Having a Walgreens around anymore because they all had to shut down.
Fuck Walgreens. Go somewhere else. Isn't that how capitalism works? Well, if the Walgreens isn't there, who the fuck cares? I'm just going to go somewhere else. Oh, you can't go to the small business. I forgot. Because, everything's too expensive. Or some shit like that. Because they actually pay their workers or whatever. What do you want? It's like the Notebook meme. What do you want? What do you want? It's not that simple. Just tell me what the fuck you want, dude. Bruh. Oh no, crimes aren't committed by desperate people trying to survive, Phoenix. They're committed by greedy people who are, not of the same demographic as Dave. Oh, he wrote this on notebook paper. I didn't notice that. I didn't notice that the first time watching this. This is one of those rare videos that I've actually watched beforehand. He wrote this on notebook paper, just like he used to do the cigar rants. He wrote it on notebook paper. That's actually impressive. Dave, can you not type? Do you not have a printer? Let me go back just a little bit. Let me see. Yeah, that's wide ruled. To be fair, he's writing a script, so writing it on wide ruled is a little bit different, but use college ruled. It's better. It's far more professional.
Thank you, President Biden, for your federal prosecutors that won't deal with Antifa terrorists, but make sure to spend millions and millions of taxpayer dollars on prosecuting people that got mildly rowdy on the Capitol one January 6th morn.
Yeah. murdering 5 police officers and storming the entire Capitol because the former president riled you up enough to do so is not just like a mild protest. Dude, you get pissed off when people protest, when people use their rights, their right to peacefully assemble in the street, and you want to run them over. But doing an insurrection and murdering police officers is a-okay with you. 100%. This is like the perfect screenshot for exactly what I just said. What the fuck is wrong with you, Dave? You are so fucking gone. You're so far gone on your own ideology. You have no idea what you're talking about. All you want, if we were to just like water down all of his arguments, we could put it into a physical form and just like, I don't know, boil some water and pour it over and then just like freeze dry it. All it would be is like, I want to own the libs. That's it. That's it. That's all he wants. I want to own the libs. So you want to fuck over everyone, including yourself, just to make someone you have no idea who they are on Twitter mad? What the fuck is wrong with you, dude?
Thank you, President Biden, for growing the divide in America rather than healing it. Also, I really appreciate that you think I'm a piece of dog shit just because I disagree with you politically.
Literally exactly what Trump does. He wants to jail and or kill the people that disagree with him politically. His cohorts want to jail or kill the people that disagree with him politically. Like, they have said these things. Oh, we should lock them up. Why? Because they disagreed with you? Dave, you don't understand the First Amendment. This is the whole reason why you can't actually have anybody on your fucking channel. You can't have anybody on your channel that disagrees with you. You can't have you have never been able to go more than like 20 minutes with a conversation with me because I disagree with you and I actually put you in your fucking place. And then you do that weird, awkward Joker laugh because you know you're wrong, but you can't admit when you're wrong, and you're too dumb to actually say, I am wrong. You have to just, all right, I'm going to put you in fucking jail. Okay, for disagreeing with you? For what? For what? Jesus Christ.
Thank you, President Biden, for keeping
Echovin, you don't have to come back. Don't worry. Nobody cares about you.
kids out of school. So a whole generation of America can be basically functionally
Hey, what's going on, Skits? Dude, you rail against school. You rail against education. You rail against higher education. You rail against common sense, like wearing a seatbelt. You have railed against nurses. Who the fuck are you to talk about education? Are schools obsolete? No. Schooling at this point is pretty obsolete. I'm talking about how kids learn. You have to actually teach them. There are great teachers out there. There are magnificent teachers out there. We've all had that one teacher that we can remember. For me, my third grade teacher, Mr. Ione, and my biology teacher, Mr. Comp. Those are two that I can easily remember, and I can just be like, oh yeah, that's great. I've had some shitty teachers out there. Higher education, Let's talk about Dr. Hay. He's the one that made me want to quit college. And you know what I did? I fucking decided to take a semester off. Granted, it was in January of 2020. Didn't see the fucking pandemic coming, so. But you still have to be able to teach kids. And where does the government come in that? Oh, we can't teach them. We have to teach them what? Do we go the Florida route and you don't give them books? Do we go the, I don't know, the Ohio route and we give them, only some books? Do we go to a different country and not give them homework? What do we do? What's your solution? All this is just right-wing bitching. Right-wingers have no solutions. All they have is problems. It's always a problem. Everything's a problem. There's never a solution. They never have a fucking solution. And yes, thank you, P.T. Ham. Give them books. Give them books to read. Let them read. Read books. Seriously. Dave, it took a minute and a half for me to read through an article that you couldn't even read yourself. And I read it aloud. It took 30 seconds for Mango to actually go through this article and tell us what the entire gist of it was. So within 2 minutes, you got pwned like no fucking other, dude.
Finally, I just want to thank you, President Biden, for bringing
You
this
don't have to do
closer
that,
to
Echo
a
Ben.
civil
Just
war.
piss off.
Well, closer than we have been in a century.
No, that's literally you. That's you and Trump. You're creating the divide. You want the divide. You want that because without that, you're nothing. Who is it that wants the Civil War? I'm pretty sure it's the fucking right-wingers that want the Civil War. I sure as fuck don't. Jesus fucking Christ, you're goddamn dumb. It's all projection. It's always going to be projection. The only argument that any right-winger in this fucking country has is fucking projection. To project your feelings onto someone else and say they're the one that's the enemy. No, it's actually you who wants all of the shit that you say that they want. And when they say, no, I actually don't want that, you say, see, they're lying to you. They're lying. No, I'll give you a strategy for how we fix X. Oh, really? You're going to give us policy and you're just going to swamp us around in a bunch of government bureaucracy? No, that's not going to happen. It's just government overreach. What the fuck is it? What do you want? What's your solution? Well, to not have you in power doing this. Well, what is your actual solution? They don't have one. There has never been a solution. There's never been like a Republican or libertarian solution. I'm looking at you, Dapperton. There is no libertarian or Republican solution to a goddamn thing. You don't have anything. All you want to do is sit there and point your fucking finger. Actually come up with something. Sex ed in America is broke. For a second, I thought that said woke. I was like, what? I was about to be like, whoa, define woke. I once brought up the Georgetown Law study about the adultification of little black girls in school in a convo with him, and he didn't even let me get to it. Of course not, because he would have gotten his ass handed to him. And if you brought that up with me, like you just did, I would have been like, what the fuck are you talking about? I never knew that was actually a thing. So, yeah. Phoenix, I think you're in the Discord. If you want to send me an article on it, I can actually look it up before Underhaven. Educate myself. The conservatives in Florida have removed Anne Frank's diet from public school, libraries, and universities because they believe it will make the children woke. What the fuck? That's like, that doesn't surprise me. It's so fucking the norm that it doesn't surprise me that they just don't like people reading. It's damn near Fahrenheit 451 in Florida because they just don't want you to read. They don't want you educated. The last thing that a conservative wants in the United States is an educated poor person. It's the last thing that they fucking want. Because they know that if that person gets educated, then they start asking questions. And when you start asking questions, you're going against the church. And by the church, I mean the cult.
So thank you, you demented piece of monkey crap. What would you like to thank President Biden for? Don't forget to like.
Lowered inflation, lowered unemployment, lowered gas prices, better opportunity, not having to stress out about a civil war all the fucking time, not having to like listen to someone who's just completely incompetent. Now, don't get me wrong, Biden isn't the most articulate person that ever sat or stood in front of a podium. But I would rather listen to Biden for 15 minutes than listen to Trump for 35 seconds. I don't give a shit. Trump he can't talk. All he says is buzzwords. It's just like that episode of Family Guy where you have Lois running for school board president or something, and she just says like all of these buzzwords like 9/11, yellow cake uranium, school children, all this shit. It's the exact same thing. And Seth MacFarlane completely fucking blew that shit out of the water immediately. And love him or hate him, at least he can get something right. Speaking of Fahrenheit 451, there's a version of the book that has to be heated to be readable. I thought it was a nifty idea. That is a pretty nifty idea. I saw the movie. I never read the book. The movie is pretty interesting. Biden stumbles and has brief moments of forgetfulness, but Trump just rambles and goes off on really weird tangents. Who's got the dementia? Little column A, little column B. Trump versus Biden. I'll give more to column A. I like to thank Biden for not being as vile as Donald Trump. Yeah, there you go. I mean, gassing protesters in order to do a photo op with the Bible upside down in front of a church. And yet the evangelicals are like, that's our guy. He's God. He's the next coming. Oh yeah. But then again, Mango can send you a link to the Discord. I thought you were already in there. I don't care for Family Guy. Old Family Guy, like season 1 through 4. Yeah, I can dig it, but it kind of got meh after a while. But then again, I watched The Simpsons for like 15 years. So, because we had appointment TV. So, there was no streaming services. So you go in and like you get home from school or whatever. It's like, oh, The Simpsons are on at 7:30. So I'm gonna watch The Simpsons. Before that, I'm gonna watch I don't know, Sister on UPN or fucking Full House or whatever the fuck they have. And Seth MacFarlane. Well, I grew up around people. Seth MacFarlane is, he's creative. He's just not, he doesn't deserve the fucking hand job he gets from everybody. All right. So let's go to a couple of things here that we have. His community post. There's a couple other things I wanted to actually talk about. So, and I'm just going to talk about these real quick and then get out of here before Underhaven. And if anybody knows who Benny Johnson is, he's just imagine, Dave Rubin or Ben Shapiro or anybody. He's exactly the same. And this just shows how, like, low intelligence this shit is. He's wrecked. Oh, I'm so hip. And Dave's like, absolutely, exactly. Your message at Kamala Harris says, my message is clear. The government should not tell women what to do with their own bodies. Fair enough. Absolutely. And old girl here, I don't know who Riley Gaines is. Your message would be even clearer if you could define what a woman is. And the problem is you have been told what a woman is. You have been told it is a human being that identifies as a woman. You just refuse to accept that answer. So you go on this transphobic bullshit. That's it. I love watching right-wingers just be as stupid as possible. Here we go. This is the one I was looking for. I love Sister. I used to dream I had a twin sister I never met. I used to dream that my brothers wanted to kick the shit out of me. All right, let's see. It says end wokeness. Still, I have yet to have woke defined to me at all. Like, the Juice Main tried to do it. Completely failed. Also, he's a racist. But war in Israel. So this is like, remember when the let's go from the bottom to the top. Remember when the biggest concern of the day was a mean tweet at 3 a.m.? No. Actually, it was the impending doom of this motherfucker being in power. And we're talking about Donald Trump. Yes. Because all of his shitty cult followers, like Dave and old Benny Boy here. All right, go ahead, explain it again, bud. And actually, you know what? Why don't we do this? There you go. You can actually come on and explain it yourself. Otherwise, you can type it out. I know not everybody wants to actually talk, but anyway, remember when the biggest concern of the day was a mean tweet at 3 a.m.? No, it was the impending doom. I just talked about this. Our border is wide open to all. No, it's actually not. Our border is actually pretty damn secure. It's been the same security since ever. Like it's just that there's a lot more people that want to come here. And if Trump was so powerful and so awesome, why is the border so unsecure? Well, it's probably because the Democrats actually have way more power than Trump. Or is it because they limited his power, right? So what is it? Is Trump powerful or does he suck? forced identity politics. Nobody's forcing anything on you. There you go. It's nobody's forcing anything on you. You feel forced because you're weak-minded. Make up your own mind. There you go. Thank you, Phoenix. You are a racist, Juice. Do they know the Juice mean? It's funny. China plans to take Taiwan, and the U.S. has made sure that we have given them threats saying, if you try to invade Taiwan, we are going to fuck you up. Have you not been listening? End wokeness. A proxy war with Russia. I guess you could say it's a proxy war, but I already went through that earlier in the stream. Yeah, guess what? Russia started it. So you know we did? We were like, all right, well, we're gonna finish it. And guess what? A lot of dead Russians. Proxy war with Iran. Guess who fucking started it? Israel. And the US. And guess what? Y'all love some proxy wars. You had no problem with fucking Afghanistan and Iraq. Terror threat rising. From the right. Right-wing terror is the biggest threat to the United States that we have. War in Ukraine. You kind of already went with that one. So the war in Ukraine, guess what? Wouldn't have happened if Russia hadn't invaded. And you know what would have happened if Russia invaded under Trump? He would have just been like, all right, there's no war in Ukraine. We're just going to get rid of Ukraine. Fuck it. So he would have just let millions of people die for no fucking reason. War in Yemen. Hey, fuck the Houthis. Guess what? They fucked with the United States Navy. Yeah, well, they fucked around. And guess what? They found out. Fuck them. Do innocent Yemenis deserve to die? Absolutely the fuck not. But you know what? The Houthis, they fucked around. They found out. And the war in Israel. Hey, remember who was the guy that moved the American embassy into Jerusalem and wanted to make sure it was wanted to make sure that the Israelis had all of the control over Jerusalem. There was a guy that did that. I can't remember his name. It definitely wasn't Biden. I wonder who it could have been. Gee. Oh, there you go. Thank you, Mari. Thank you. Thank you for the answer. Dare Trump cough. Yeah, give me more bugs. I would love some bugs. I do love eating food. If we stop supporting Ukraine, China will take that as a sign of weakness, and China will be more likely to try to take Taiwan. Is a weak, pathetic man, baby. Yes, Trump is a weak. Taiwan isn't a weak, pathetic man, baby. Trump is a very weak, pathetic man, baby, and he can eat a bag of dicks. I fucking hate him. Nobody likes you, Juice Man. You're a racist. You're a moron. I gave you the opportunity to talk to me, and you didn't take it. So you're also like kind of a bitch. But hey, you know what? Can't always win. Been falling asleep. Oh, it's bad. I'll just let you run in the background so you get to watch time. So you watch time. Thank you so much, Brainless. I really appreciate it. Everybody, check out Brainless on Slim Streams. I'm actually going to get out of here and just a little bit. I don't know if old boy has a couple more. I honestly, I don't care about being mean to you. Grow the fuck up, you little bitch. Uh, uh, he got the dappertonitis. Who? Which one? All right. I'm gonna get out of here in just a little bit. I'm gonna see if he has any more of these, but other than that, I really don't have a whole hell of a lot to say about this dude. Let's see. I kind of want to just like randomly go through these because I don't pay attention to this dude a whole lot. Let's see. Can we bring out boxing and gym class already? Bro, you would get your ass kicked 10 times out of 10. You would get called out and get your fucking face knocked in. It would be hilarious. Yes, do that. Bring back boxing and gym class because you already look like you shouldn't be around a school. But you know what would be funny? If you went to a school and you got the shit kicked out of you. That would be fucking hilarious. Let's see. Okay. I can kind of agree with this. Men who shame women who lie about rape are actually worse than men who rape. If you lie about being raped and you send a man to jail who's innocent, yeah, you're an absolute terrible person. Are you as bad as a rapist? I guess that's up to anybody to interpret. But you know what? Go fuck yourself either way. Hopefully you get the stab, stab, stab. Oh man. Some men have now gotten together and made a list of women men should never take on a date. Single mothers. Of course that's at the top of his list because, well, yeah, well, I almost said Dapperton. Lord of Patriarchy does not, I mean, he doesn't date. He's never seen a vagina that wasn't digitally formatted. So yeah, women with tattoos. Tattoos are fun. They're cool. Like as long as you're doing like that, I'm not gonna date a woman with like tattoos all over her face and that's not my type. I'm gonna dress like this in public. Dress however you want. Sex workers. Sex workers work. Go do your thing. One with an IG page. Go fucking have an Instagram. I don't give a shit. One with non-ear piercings. Yeah, you've never been down below. One with purple hair or any other unnatural color. Do whatever you want with your hair. Am I going to judge it? Yeah, it may not be my preference, but I'm not going to be like, oh, you shouldn't have that hair color. Just going to be like, yeah, I don't think it doesn't work for me. If it works for you, that's fine, whatever. Women with hoe friends, she can have whatever friend she wants. I don't give a fuck. Models who market to men. So sex workers. So you don't want a sex worker. Women who travel regularly. Why what? Maybe that's what they're. So you don't date a flight attendant or a pilot. I mean, Dave doesn't think women are people, so of course they're not going to be able to have a job like that. Women who drink liquor regularly, let her do what she wants with her body. Fair enough. Women with weak absentee fathers. I don't know how that correlates. Are you just okay? Yeah, daddy issues? Question mark. Women who live alone. So, who are they supposed to live with? Just like a bunch of other women, so that you can try and finagle a threesome or something. They can't live on their own, can't be independent. Women with a party voice, I don't even know what that is. Women on dating apps, I can get with that. I don't do dating apps, so I don't know how the fucking scene is these days. Women who have been on Fresh and Fit have no idea what the fuck that means. Women with lists, like a list of shit women shouldn't do based off of your own perspective. Women who have been engaged or divorcees. Why not? American black women. Oh, that's why he picked this. Dave. Hey, DeJuice Main. Hopefully you're still here. Yeah, I'm sure that's something you can probably like agree with. Women raised in the West. What the fuck does that even mean? Here's a list of places women absolutely refuse to go on a first date, and thank you to the ladies who reached out to me to help me out on this list. Cheesecake Factory, Applebee's, Chili's, Chipotle, Olive Garden, the movies, Your House, any fast food chain, Buffalo Wild Wings, Wingstop, Red Lobster, a buffet, IHOP, Denny's, the gym, church, Starbucks, coffee dates, ice cream dates, family functions, movie night, somewhere that requires a long drive, bowling, nightclubs, hookah bar, a bar just for drinks, Waffle House, sports events. So you just really don't want to meet anybody anywhere for anything at any point at any time. That's what this woman is saying. I don't want to meet anybody anywhere at any time unless it's at where. Where the fuck are you going to go? Dave eats brown pills for breakfast. All right. I gotta get going. Underhaven's gonna start here in probably about probably a little under an hour. So it's 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. So I really appreciate everybody for coming by and hearing me, go on my spiel about how Dave sucks and is a moron. But link is up for Underhaven. Awesome. Dose. Dope. Dosey do. See you soon, Lizard. Nice to see you guys. Thank you all. Hit that like button, subscribe, eat a bag of dicks, Juice Main. I don't give a fuck about your pleasantries. Take care, Pecan. Have a good night. And I'm going to be doing a mix of brunch and stream nostalgia tomorrow night instead of doing brunch tomorrow morning. So everybody check that out. I apologize if it doesn't work into your regular timeline, but hopefully I will see you all there. Thank you. Take care, everybody. And stream.